Finally, we'll discuss ground-level ozone formation and outline how it affects living organisms. As opposed to stratospheric level ozone that undergoes a cycle of decomposition and reformation as previously discussed, which protects us from dangerous UV, ground-level ozone is created in the troposphere near to the ground, where it poses severe risk to human health and harm to vegetation. Ozone, being a relatively unstable molecule, can easily react with other compounds, producing chemical changes. It does this in the tissues of living organisms, causing harm to them. In humans, it irritates the eyes and throat, triggers asthmatic attacks, aggravates existing conditions such as bronchitis and emphysema, causes shortness of breath and tightness of the chest. Prolonged exposure to ozone may even cause scarring of lung tissues. In plants, it enters the leaf through their stomata, oxidizing tissues there. The result is a loss of crops and damage to ecosystems around the world. There are two ways by which tropospheric or ground-level ozone is formed. One is when VOCs, or what we call volatile organic compounds, react with sunlight, and when the oxides of nitrogen react with sunlight. Only the second way will be described, since the first is too complex and difficult to understand. Recall that nitrogen is not reactive at room temperature, but only at high temperatures, such as are attained in combustion engines of motor vehicles and some working machines, and also from chemical plants. The formation of ozone first begins with the formation of nitric oxide. So we're going to look at how nitric oxide is used to create ground-level ozone, and one of the ways in which it is produced. Fossil fuels in motor vehicles. Recall that nitrogenous compounds are present in these as impurities, and because of the high temperature attained by the engines of these vehicles, it allows any nitrogen present there to react with oxygen to produce nitric oxide. This nitric oxide here reacts spontaneously with oxygen to form nitrogen dioxide. Because of that, no one really knows the smell of nitric oxide, because before you can smell it, it will react with the oxygen present in nostrils to produce nitrogen dioxide. Before this exits the tailpipe, we had a catalyst here that changes that to nitrogen and oxygen gas. But just in case the catalytic converter was not working well, it allows some of these to enter the atmosphere, where they spontaneously react with oxygen to form nitrogen dioxide molecule. Some things about nitrogen dioxide molecule. It is a reddish brown gas that reacts with water in the air to form nitric acid. Also, what imparts the color to smog that's formed during its atmospheric conversion. If inhaled, it irritates the lungs and triggers asthmatic attack. It's also a carcinogenic substance. So let's look at what happens. I'll go forward with that. So what it is saying now, that in the presence of light, sunlight, it gets photolyzed. Energy is produced by light, so because light is used to break it up, it's called photolysis there, right? So it gets broken down there. So what does it do? It produces nitric oxide and an activated oxygen atom. And like we said before, in this state, it can rapidly react with other species such as oxygen molecules. The oxygen atom, when produced, reacts with a non-oxygen molecule, and that is how ozone is formed. All right? So quickly, anytime you have any machine or any system that's working at very high temperature, it allows nitrogen to react to form nitric oxide. Once nitric oxide is formed, it gets changed into nitrogen dioxide. The nitrogen dioxide can get photolyzed to produce nitric oxide, and oxygen. So, once this is formed now, it quickly reacts with oxygen to produce ground-level ozone. Well, I hope that was helpful to you guys. I've just covered for you the entire grade 11 Ontario chemistry curriculum. And it wasn't an easy task. I hope that you appreciate that. The least you can do is to subscribe to this YouTube channel that I hope to create. And here you have some questions here for you to do at the end of chapters. For example, always we have all these exercises for you to do, matching true and false, and then you have a series of multiple choice questions here for you to answer. And these, of course, the answer to these are found in your solution manual. Well, thank you so much for listening, and I hope that was of some use to you. Just pray for me, okay? That's all I need from you. Bye-bye, and have a great life. Bye.